Hello ITPC, this is Steve and you're watching Smoking Cardboard. This video is featuring what I talked about last week, this Balkan Sasieni. And I'm smoking this in my J Mouton Prince. I don't have very many blends that I just smoke Latakia in. One is because the ones that I do have that I smoke Latakia in do a great job of it. I don't know. And then I don't smoke it very much, so I don't want to get too many Latakia pipes. I feel like if I smoke a lot of bowls of Latakia, I can taste another blend. So I don't like doing Virginias and Latakia in the same pipe. That's just me. So, Balkan Sasieni, it looks like this one is from maybe 2017. So, that's a good while old. As such, I guess you just gotta take that in consideration, what I say, but it's a very smooth blend. I like this one a lot better than the other blends I tried. Much more Latakia forward. I like Orientals. Not so much Virginia Latakia blends. Maybe some of these other blends that I try will change that mind or confirm it. But Latakia with Orientals in it, you get that sour tangy with a smoky oily burnt stuff. That's where this one's it's kind of sweet. Not like it necessarily has like a topping sweetness. It just tastes sweet and smooth and smoky. It's good. I like it. I think it's good. I'll keep it. I don't think the other ones I'd want to. Yeah, it's satisfying. None of these blends are very high nicotine wise that I've tried so far. They're all pretty mild. But this one has a lot of flavor. It's tasty. I enjoy it. So, thumbs up for me. Next week, I am gonna try this eccentric. This came out this last year. Maybe it's in the spring of this year this one came out. I don't know. It says Latakia takes front seat and makes itself present throughout the smoke. Red Virginia is the base component combined with Catarina Orientals. Adding a more subtle spice to this blend. I don't know. I think some set lift blends have a tendency to bite me, so I try to stay away from their blends. But not all of them do. So we'll see. Give it a shot. I will say though, if that one bites me, man, I probably just give up on buying set lift stuff. Besides the blends I know don't bite me. So, anyway, beautiful day today. Like, perfect day. I don't know, maybe it's like 82, around 80, somewhere. Sunny. We've had some rains recently, so everything's green and growing again. And some humidity in the air, not too dry. Not too humid though. Probably be trying to go play some pickup ultimate frisbee. Get some exercise in. Try not to hurt myself or get too frustrated. Have you ever adamantly argued something thinking you were right and then realized at a later time you were wrong? I feel like people struggle to do a good job of self-policing when they're wrong and recognizing it. Well, regardless, there's a specific rule in Ultimate Frisbee, and I would very intensely try to defend that I didn't break a rule, and everybody else would just say, you broke the rule. And I would be like, no, this is why I didn't break it. And I guess I didn't realize that, well, I was close to the rule. I wasn't quite right, and they were right that I broke the rule. And I think the rule is dumb, and it needs to change to like what I'm usually fighting for. But that doesn't make up for the fact that I was wrong, and I was incorrectly explaining the rule to the way that I understood it to mean. And even if it was frustrating the way the rule was the rule exists. So now I kind of understand it better. Certainly when get into the disagreements where I was previously getting in disagreements. And I think I will bring it up to my friends that I play with and say, sorry, I was wrong. You were right. I'm still frustrated by that. But I think it's good to talk through some of those things. I think a lot of things that people disagree on, there's no easy way to get who's right, who's wrong closure. But sometimes there is. And in this case, it was because I kind of sought more answers to it. And someone did a good job explaining it. So that helps. But I wish the rule was more the way I did. Some people were speculating why the rule might not be that way. And they said because because they're... So basically it's when you're defensing against someone throwing and there's contact made before the disc gets thrown. Whose fault is it? and it's very much in the thrower's favor, which that's just how the game is. You're trying to make offense be the most successful. You want teams to score points. It's not like hockey. So, whatever. This is a pretty stupid conversation, because no one else plays Ultimate Frisbee on here. Hence why I didn't explain the rule. Should probably edit all of this out. But I think there's just times when I'm a bit too intense with my playing sports, and I think I've grown a lot in that. But I've also found that gosh dang, I really should edit this. So, example. There's different people with different personalities, and those different personalities can have their advantages and disadvantages. And just because not everyone is the same, doesn't mean that's a bad thing, Like the way people interact with hearing good news, bad news, how they communicate. In general, we can recognize that some people have strengths in communication or demeanors or whatever, and other people have weakness in just some of their characters' traits that they have. But generally speaking, everybody has both weaknesses and strengths. And I think that I struggle to try to get people to change their behavior by the way I talk to them, and that I am negative. I don't use positivity when I try to correct people's behavior. I use negativity, and sometimes that's great, because hey, the change needs to happen right now, and someone needs to deal with it, and just having a positive attitude about things doesn't get necessarily change happen right then. And other times, there's probably a better way that positivity would have been better, would have made whoever I'm making the change with feel more a part of the plan rather than just a problem, And just thinking about yesterday, we had a birthday party and we had all these 8th grade boys, and man, some of them are quite rowdy, quite inappropriate, or on the verge of being destructive. And so I was trying to learn where to set rules, especially for kids that aren't yours. But in this instance, we were bowling. I didn't want them to damage equipment or whatever, because that all reflects on us. And so I felt like I was not promoting fun, but at the same time, that wasn't prohibiting them from having a fun time. They seemed to be having a great time. I was just trying to prevent things from getting broken or people hurt. And so I don't know. I don't know if me being Mr. Not Fun and setting these rules that I set, which I guarantee you get different sets of parents and they would have had each handled all those situations completely different. And I'm sure that the way I handled it was not the textbook example of how to handle a situation, but whatever, got the job done. Maybe those kids are scared of me now. One of my rules was if you're not bowling, you can't be up on the wood to where someone's bowling, because they kept wanting to get up there and slap the other kids in the butt or dance behind them while they're bowling and do all this stuff. It was like, no. And then another time, they were in the bathroom making a bunch of noise. One kid just slamming the door for the toilet over and over and over. And I was just like, dude, you want to go home right now? Because if you keep doing that, you're going to go home. Made him apologize. And come back. I don't know. Doing a lot of other stuff that I found very wanting to correct that I didn't. So it was only the instances where I felt like people were not safe or they were destroying property. Look, and that was just 2 hours. Oh my gosh. No way I could be a middle school teacher. But in Ultimate Frisbee, back to Ultimate Frisbee, that is there was a time where we're playing league and it's competitive. Not like crazy competitive, but competitive. And one of the guys is not as good as some of the others. And so you kind of have people that are good at throwing, and that's probably the hardest skill to master, is throwing the disc accurately where you want to go, and with someone guarding you and being able to throw whatever you want. And one of the guys wasn't very good at that, which is fine, but at the same time, you kind of want them to make smart decisions. And during the game, at one point, I felt like he made a really not smart decision. He kind of threw it way up high in the air to nobody, and we weren't winning. And it was just frustrating that it would just make a bad decision like that. And so I was just said, don't do that. Don't do that again. Like we're trying to play and we're trying to win, and that didn't help us get towards that goal. And he was trying to say, well, whatever, we're just having fun. And I was like, well, you can have fun and try. And I told my wife that story, and she got really wide-eyed and being like, oh, Steve, you need to chill out. And there's probably some truth to that. Steve, just chill out. You're probably not going to actually change that guy's behavior. He's just going to, not like you anymore, not want to talk to you. Whatever. You're just too intense. Stop being so intense. Maybe you could set it nicer, But I don't know. I just played Ultimate for so many years that it's probably easier for me to see that was absolutely a horrible decision than it was obviously for him at the time. So all this to say that a lot of times I can bring an intensity to different situations that is probably more often than not helpful, though sometimes it could be really helpful. And I don't like regretting some of the decisions, conversations or things that I've said, because I'd like to I don't know, be perceived differently, maybe. I mean, obviously, I think having those rules at the bowling alley was to promote everybody's fun. Like, I wasn't trying to prevent anybody from having fun. They were all still having fun. But I didn't want them to think I was some big bad guy. And Ultimate Frisbee, I wanted to have fun. We were all having fun. That's why we were playing. Just wanted to show them that that was not your best opportunity. And in fact, that was a lack of judgment. And I think if he would have just said, yeah, that was a bad throw, I shouldn't have done that, I would have just been taken that as, yeah, we're on the same page. All right, let's just move on. But it was the whole, like, I don't know, I didn't do anything wrong, I'm just trying. That got me frustrated. I shouldn't have probably said so definitively. Do not do that again. Alright, this is the longest, most boring ramble. Hope you all have a great week. We'll see you next week. Talk to you later. Bye.